Okay, in this video, I'm going to go over how to train for aesthetics. I'm going to be going through some of my training tips, which I've implemented that have helped me enhance the aesthetics of my physique. And I'm also going to be taking you guys through some crucial pointers when it comes to your training, your diet, and just general things you should consider if you really want to fine-tune the aesthetics of your physique. This idea of being aesthetic refers to a combination of size, conditioning, symmetry, and muscle shape. In particular, this idea of a V-tapered physique, having broad shoulders which taper into a tiny waist. So that is the goal when trying to build an aesthetic physique. Alright, so what are the two outcomes that the majority of people are hoping to achieve by going to the gym? I would say those two things are strength and aesthetics. And so the first thing I want to do is differentiate between the two, because although they're correlated, they are not the same. The way I see it, training for aesthetics is training for bodybuilding, classic bodybuilding nowadays, which is not about how much weight you move, but how you move that weight. Trust me, the biggest lesson I've learned since transitioning from power building to bodybuilding is that the weight we move is pretty much irrelevant. It really is all about how you move it. And so the first thing you might want to consider if you want to improve the aesthetics of your physique is switching from strength training or strength and aesthetics training to solely focusing on training for aesthetics, because powerlifting takes a huge toll on your central nervous system and so requires a large amount of energy, effort, intensity, which means that over a long enough time period throughout the week, throughout the day, you are applying less energy, less effort, less intensity to bodybuilding, and then you're forced to find this balance between how much time to dedicate towards powerlifting and how much time to dedicate towards bodybuilding, and therefore you won't get the best out of both, right? So stop training for PRs on the deadlift, 1 rep maxes on the bench, if your goal is to improve your aesthetics. This means that from now on, you must train within the 6 to 20 rep range, not the 1 to 5 rep range. This means that you must control your eccentrics. Instead of dropping the weight, control the movement on the way down. Building a massive amount of strength is only as potent as the foundation of eccentric control it's built upon. Boom. What does this mean? It basically means that no matter how much weight you move, no matter how much you bench, squat, deadlift, what matters equally, if not more, is how you control that weight. Do you control your eccentrics when benching 100 kilos? Do you control your eccentrics when squatting 4 plates? If you don't, then you're not going to see progress in your aesthetics. Controlling your movements is just as important as how much weight you pull off the ground, how much weight you push off your chest. Training for aesthetics means that you have to focus on establishing a mind-muscle connection. Focus on feeling each and every rep. Focus on recruiting specific muscles. It is more than just going through the motions of each movement, but rather it's focusing on a conscious and deliberate muscular contraction. That's what training for aesthetics is. It means you use a full range of motion. You feel your muscles extend and contract when performing your movements to ensure that resistance is never removed from the muscle. Combine this with a solid work ethic and I guarantee you will see progress in your aesthetics. Next, I want to talk about specific adjustments which I've made to my training, which have positively impacted the aesthetic look of my physique. I began to lay much more emphasis on the muscle groups which improve the aesthetic look of your physique. So first is your upper traps. So I've started to incorporate shrugs once a week. I'll do 2 sets of 10 to 15 reps, focusing on a contraction, controlling the eccentric, and stretching my traps at the bottom of the movement. You can do these with dumbbells, with a barbell. If you have a trap machine in your gym, try train traps once a week. These will really help enhance the aesthetic look of your physique. Next is your upper chest. A developed upper chest is essential for aesthetics. My chest has significantly improved ever since I started prioritizing my upper chest movements. Training lower chest has to be the biggest scam. That's just my take. Don't rinse me in the comments. I know it's important to still train your mid-lower chest, but I would highly advise you prioritize upper chest movements. Do them first. Do them before your flat pressing movements. Do them at the start of your sessions when you're most alert, when you have the most energy. I'd advise you cut out flat benching and replace it with incline benching, incline dumbbell press, incline Smith machine press, incline chest press. Apply the most effort, the most intensity on your incline pressing movements. So on your push day, on your chest day, instead of going to the bench press, go to the Smith machine, set up a bench 15 to 30 degree incline and go ham. Out of your total volume for chest, the vast majority of that volume should be allocated to training your upper chest. Alright, these 2 next muscle groups are probably the most important as they have the biggest impact on your V-taper. First up is your side delts. And the best way I have improved my side delts is simple. Spam lateral raises. 6 sets, 7 sets, 8 sets, heavy sets, light sets, 30 reps. Destroy your side delts. You can't overtrain your side delts. And my biggest advice would be these 3 words: more hard reps. Get in more hard reps throughout your week, throughout the month, throughout the year. This is going to blow up your side delts. Go past failure, do drop sets, rest pauses, heavy partials. If you want to improve your side delts, the more you hit them, better the chance they will grow. Next are your lats. Lat pull downs, pullovers, rows. Train your back harder than you're already training it. Hold the contraction. Squeeze your reps. Control the the eccentric with your back. Remember these 3 words, okay? These 3 words are crucial to developing wider lats, and that's with your back. Control the weight with your back. Pull the weight with your back, not your forearms, not your biceps. Focus on using your back. I probably don't have to say this, but just in case people are misunderstanding the point of this video, obviously do not neglect your lower body. You still have to train legs. You still have to train legs very hard, once or twice a week. Just make sure you are training these muscle groups harder than you're already training them. Every time you do them, you think to yourself, okay, I'm gonna go hard on this set, okay? Because I know this muscle group is important for the aesthetics of my physique. Just really pay attention to these muscle groups when you're training them and give them your maximum effort. Honorable mention to abs, okay? You should train your abs, even if you're bulking. Abs are just like any muscle. They require resistance training to grow. Do some hanging leg raises, do some crunches. Make sure you develop those abdominal muscles so that when you do get leaner, they will be even more defined. Abs are also very important for aesthetics. Also, do your vacuums, okay? Vacuums are incredibly important to the aesthetic look of your physique because they help you maintain a tight waist. They give you the small aesthetic waist every day. Practice doing your vacuums. Lastly, all of this is great, you know, but it's all pointless if you're not lean enough to show the fruits of your labor. So to have an aesthetic physique, you must be at a low enough body fat percentage. So eat clean, eat enough protein, get your steps in, sleep like a baby. But this works both ways. Without the muscle, you can't have an aesthetic physique either. Without muscle, being lean is meaningless. So focus on building muscle for 4 years if you're a beginner. Yes, 4 years of lean bulking. If you do this, if you do lean bulk, if you do eat clean, you will still be lean enough to be visibly aesthetic because you're eating clean and because you're only in a slight caloric surplus. You'll be lean whilst gaining muscle. The answer is not to cut and become aesthetic by cutting because that won't happen. You don't have any muscle. But if you're 20% body fat and above, the answer is to main gain, recompose your body in the first year of your training. And once you're visibly lean enough, look in the mirror, then enter lean bulk for the next 2 to 3 years and focus on building muscle. I don't care if you're trying to get lean for summer. I don't care if you want to go in a mini cut because you're going to the beach next month. You're not going to make progress if you think like that. You have to get your head down and lean bulk or main gain. Do what you can to build muscle. So when you are ready to cut down a bit, you have a substantial amount of muscle mass, then enter a caloric deficit. Try get around 12 to 15% body fat. If you do these things, these will help you in developing that aesthetic look, developing those broad shoulders, that wide back, that upper shelf, that tiny waist. You will be aesthetic if you start to focus more on bodybuilding, the principles of bodybuilding, the principles of training for aesthetics. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found these tips helpful. I hope you now have a better understanding on what exactly aesthetics are. What does it mean? Can you make some adjustments to your training? If you like this video, if you're interested in fitness, make sure to subscribe to my daily newsletter where I send out daily emails on fitness related topics like diet, nutrition, lifestyle optimization, training optimization, you know, all the how-tos I do in my videos and other things which are exclusive to the newsletter. One being a free push-pull legs workout routine. Just saying. So if you're interested in that, if you want your free push-pull legs workout split, click the link in the description and sign up, bro. So thank you for watching. Gonna be coming out with a video very soon, but until then, peace.